And more than 1 million new cases of skin cancer are expected to be diagnosed this year, but it is preventable and treatable. Find out the simple steps you can take to prevent this potentially deadly disease. Watch House Call. That's next right here on CNN.
Coming up on House Call, it's the most common cancer and the most treatable. Find out what you need to know about skin cancer. And SPF. What do all those numbers mean? Find out how to pick the right sunscreen. Plus, food, obesity, and cancer. Find out if it's the food you eat or your weight that puts you at greater risk.
Good morning and welcome to House Call. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and this morning we're talking about skin cancer. Now, there are 1 million new cases every year, and about 10,000 of those people will die. As with most cancers, prevention and early detection are key to keeping your largest organ, that's your skin, healthy. As Christy Feig reports, the deadliest of skin cancers, melanoma, is on the rise, including in a population you might not expect.
1 year ago, 44-year-old Elmer McNeil sought treatment for a rash on his foot, but he soon found out he had a much bigger problem, a mole there that turned out to be skin cancer.
She didn't sugarcoat it right away. She told me that it was a deadly form of melanoma and it needed to be addressed right away. It was something that was life-threatening. Within a year, it could be potentially fatal.
Melanoma is on the rise in this country. According to the American Cancer Society, there are more than 60,000 new cases a year. Nearly 8,000 Americans die annually of the disease, almost one every hour. The disease is more prevalent in whites, but it is increasing in people of color, and for them, it's often more deadly.
You need to be looking in areas that don't necessarily get the sun. For example, the palms, the soles, in between your fingers, in between your toes, and in your nails, because those are the types of melanomas that can be the most deadly, and they're the ones that most commonly affect people of color.
Experts say genetics and family history most likely play a large role for people of color, but they still need to be concerned about the amount of sun they're getting.
I don't want to lull people into a false sense of security and say, well, since the sun's not going to be my issue because I'm brown skinned, I don't have to worry about protecting myself. I don't have to worry about wearing sunscreen.
But whether it's exposure to the sun's ultraviolet rays or genetics that's pulling the trigger, melanoma is the deadliest form of skin cancer, and doctors say early detection is key regardless of skin color. So if you have a mole that changes color, shape, or texture, see your doctor, because melanoma is almost always curable in its early stages, but once it spreads, the prognosis is poor. Christy Feig, CNN, Washington.